What's good guys, Mango here with another video, and today Antiair Arena once again. This is because on the last video with Yuri teams for Antiair Arena, I got asked about the true meta teams. These teams will contain Lady Alex. I know not everyone has her, but they deserve to have videos as well guys, so if you guys are gonna watch it, I will appreciate it. Now, I will show three teams. One for those of you guys without Praetus, then other with Praetus, and one without Erlang because one of the complaints I had on last video was that not everyone has Erlang and he's actually OP, but you can work your way around it without having it. So let's begin. The first team that I will be showcasing is the one that I'm actually using. Now, for those of you that have been attacking me in Arena, you guys know that I tend to change between Praetus and Iovar here. But this is the first team that I will be showcasing. Let me find someone who is actually high BP, or at least higher than all the low awakening Yuris. Because one of the issues with this team, the one without Yuri, is that facing lower BPs is actually really hard. So this is the team. Let's go straight into it because this will be a long ass video if I'm showcasing all the three teams, explaining everything. So yeah, let's go like this. As you can see, my awakenings are not the best. I only have A2 Valara and pretty much the rest is A0 except Praetus A5. Praetus being the most useless champ for this arena. So let's go into it. First few rounds are pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We just place Valara down and we wait. We're gonna place Diao at 6 cost and then just like that, inspiration mode, and we gotta wait. Let me move myself to the right so you guys can see the ultimate timings. Here we're just gonna use Praetus lightning on the second enemy. So basic attacks, just like that. And when this guy is walking closer, Praetus lightning. As you guys can see, quite simple, quite easy. This arena is pretty fun because you can run multiple teams. It's not as boring as AoE, for example. Here we're just gonna wait until we can place Lady Alex, but we're gonna ult with Valara and move her back. Really important to do this because we are using Erlang. In the team without Erlang, you can avoid doing this. It's not required because you won't be placing two ground units. We are replacing Erlang with Ingrid. Really important. So here, Lady Alex should get the passive pretty soon. And we're just gonna pop Praetus lightning. There we go, the passive. As you guys can see, my Lady Alex hits like a wet noodle just because no awakenings. I'm tempted to soulstone her, to be fair, but I used one the other day on Valara and I don't regret it a single bit. Valara is amazing, I love her. Okay, so here we just gotta wait a bit and wait until they walk closer. So we pop Erlang and one lightning, there we go. Okay, now we wait. Let's hope this guy is able to kill him because he's being quite slow. That's the issue of uploading arena videos on Mondays because it's a mess. The top rankings are a mix between whales, between people that are using save up tokens. So you can find multiple enemies here that are pretty weird. Okay, there we go. And now pretty straightforward. Round 7, 8, 9. We just pop Valara here. Then we will use the lightning when everyone has a spawn, and we place Praetus here. We keep him out of the out range just so that he doesn't steal the penetration from any of our big DPS units. Keep that in mind, that's super important. And here, Lady Alex ultimate. There we go. We pop the lightning a bit too early. I like to wait a bit longer. And as simple as that. And round 9, you guys can already guess what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop Praetus, one lightning, and then Valara will deal with this wave with Erlang ultimate. And now we can just wait, and when every enemy has a spawn, pop the lightning, and he's dead. This is the team I'm running at the moment. Pretty strong against other high BP enemies. Now against the teams with Yuri, it's terrible. It's totally awful. Keep that in mind, because when you will face like people around 500k, even lower, you rely on Alexandra RNG. However, with Yuri, you can select whether she kills the enemies or not. Now, quick gear overview. Lady Alex, Infernal Roar. If I don't showcase the pieces, okay, it's because they are running the same substats. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, attack. And that's what they are running, okay? On every single piece. Pretty simple. That's why I don't go through the gear. Then Valara, the same on Cataclysm, but this time with Esoteric exclusive. All these units are running the exclusive gear. Diao-chan, attack bonus, and attack bonus. And then here with Unstoppable Force. And Praetus, you can pretty much run him in any set. Just get him high attack, that's all you really care. Some attack here, and attack there. Okay, next team. You guys don't have Erlang Shen, right? We're gonna replace him with Ingrid. Where she is. Now keep in mind, guys, that my Ingrid is only A3, so it's not as good as it could be. I won't even build her right. I have some better pieces, but this will be just for the showcase. You want to go for Infernal Roar or Cataclysm if you have the exclusive pieces. Now, I only have one really good set of Infernal Roar. Pretty unfortunate, because I have so many Soulborn Arcana sets that this is actually sad. But it is what it is. You cannot pick what you get or what you don't get. Now, I would use this, but I don't want to change the gear, because later I will showcase the other team with Erlang. Here I will actually put it. So, the team without Erlang, this one. Replacement hears are not really an option, because sadly, when we run Praetus, we really need to have other arbiters so that the team can shine. Now, this team has the same issue. Try to avoid other Yuri teams, because we are not using Yuri. We are really strong against higher BPs, but not so much against lower ones. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Now, the strategy is pretty similar. Had to drink a bit. This will be a long video. First few rounds are pretty much like the last team. However, this time we're gonna do something different with Diao. We are not gonna place her here. We are gonna place her in this corner. This is because we actually need Ingrid to have the penetration from Diao. But apart from that, the first few rounds are just this exact same. Now we wait until the second enemy walks forward, and whenever we can, we hit the lightning, and there we go. Great. Okay. Now we just gotta wait until we can place Lady Alex. But here, instead of moving Valara back, we're just gonna pop her ultimate and keep her right there. So that on round 7, 8, 9, her range is actually bigger and she can reach the back, instead of being able to reach just the middle row. Here, Lady Alex should get the passive once again. So when they are almost like in a row like here, we get the Praetus lightning. Okay, this guy might beat us. I don't really like this team as much as I've said, because running a 3 Ingrid is not the best. You really miss on some of the DPS. It is what it is, but it's actually a pretty good team, and it's viable in Apex. Like, you will win most of the teams that are not running a super low defense with Yuri. Here we are already winning some rounds. Okay. And now here we're gonna do the same. when these two guys are in Lady Alex range, we pop Lady Alex ultimate, then we place down Ingrid already, and when the last enemy is spawning, lightning from Praetus. We didn't get the good timings with Lady Alex Mark, that's RNG, it can happen, it is what it is. The higher your Lady Alex Awakening, the less you will need to rely on the RNG. Okay, now we use one lightning, we beat him, and the fun thing about this team is that on round 8, when you miss Valara ultimate because you have just used it, Ingrid will go into overload mode straight away. So you guys will see Ingrid will just pop overload mode with the next 5 auto attacks. There we go. Now we can already pop Lady Alex, and we place Praetus out of range. We got pretty unfortunate here because we have leak on that enemy, but we can just wipe it like this, and let's hope he dies. There we go. Unfortunate, I know, but we didn't have enough damage. As I've said, that's why I don't run this team, so you guys can't complain. I didn't warn you. Valara ultimate, and that's pretty much it. Here, you will just get Valara. If your Lady Alex is A3, she will get the ultimate way faster. I'm talking like right now, she would already have it, but we're just gonna wait until all the enemies have spawned, just like this, and then you click on Praetus Lightning. Sadly we lost. I messed up last round, as you guys saw, but this is Arena. You're not gonna win every single fight, and this guy has a really good team. That's why I don't run this, of course. And then let's go on to the last team. The one for those of you guys who don't have Praetus. This team is actually quite cool, and I used to run it, and it's just replacing Praetus with Iovar. Now, here we have two options. For those of you guys that don't have Erlang, run Valara and Yuri. Where is Yuri? Let me find her. Right here. This would be the second best team. However, ideally, you want to just, instead of Valara, run Erlang Shen, because Erlang is slightly better. Now let me gear this team because I have to move some gear around, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've moved the gear, and the main thing is Yuri, always in Cataclysm. Now as far as artifact, if you have the exclusive max out, it's better than the Blightcaller's Claw. If not, just run this, and then Iovar, Soulbone Arcana, okay? He's using Praetus gear, nothing else. So let's pick the champs, just like that, and let's see. With this team, you can actually fight lower BPs. For example, this guy who is running 500k, which is really low, this team would actually be hard if you're not running Yuri. However, right now, we are. Let's go. Now, the timings here are actually different. You could arguably run this team without Iovar, using Praetus instead, but you would miss on some Yuri DPS. Keep that in mind because it's really important. Okay. We can fast forward a bit. We place don't place Diao Chan yet. We want to place Erlang second. However, if you're running the team without Erlang, you might want to place Diao second or even Valara. Difference won't be huge, to be fair. There we go, we pop the ultimate, we beat him. It's funny because he's using Diao Chan and we don't have Diao Chan placed down. Now we place Erlang, which I love, might be one of my favorite champs. And also, I remember people were hating on this skin, but I think this Erlang skin is crazy. I love her. I love him. I won't be misgendering Mr. Erlang. Every time I talk about Nessa, I forget he's a small boy, and I call him by she. Okay, now we just pop. Whoops, I was talking. You should be popping Yuri there, but if you have not enough rage to pop Yuri here, there is something tricky you can do. Imagine this guy has lower BP, your auto didn't go as planned, as it happened right here because I was talking. So what can you do? You can stop the auto, and here on round 5, when you see this squid spawning, you pop Yuri ultimate. The ultimate will bounce to the enemies in the back and kill them super fast. So if you mess up the auto and you lose round 4 like me, because you were talking or you were doing whatever, you can just do this and fix. As you guys can see, we get back the advantage that we lost on last round. Now we're gonna pop Erlang, we're gonna pop Lady Alex, and there we go. We should kill the wave pretty fast. Nice, great, great, great. Okay. Now this round is pretty much basic attacks. You could ult with Erlang if you have his A1. Now, if you don't, it will take him a bit longer to get the ultimate. Keep that in mind because it might change your timings slightly. Okay. Erlang ultimate. And Erlang ultimate should last until the next round, okay? Now we just have to pop Yuri, which I didn't do on time. That's the issues of talking while recording, but you should have popped Yuri on round 8, and then on round 9 you would get Yuri ultimate back. Now it might seem like we're losing, but let's hope we can come back just with Yuri ultimate on this round. So what we're gonna do is, when all these enemies are crowded here, we pop Yuri, it will bounce to the enemies in the back and kill them. Let's hope. 2 hits. Oh no, lag. Sorry guys, I messed up the round before, but this team is pretty much it's pretty much the best against other Yuri teams. I'm sorry guys, I stopped the recording by misclicking. I was showcasing my auto, but as I was saying, that's the best team against other Yuri teams. I was showcasing my auto against this guy, but let me find another one. And I close the video like that. This guy, for example, A5 Valara, let's beat him. This is my auto, as I've said, and I wanted to talk in this final part of the video, for those of you guys that are here, about what I expect about the new Demon Champs, the Dracula collaboration. So, I think the Ancient unit, because for those of you that haven't seen the post in the official Discord, one of the champs is an ancient and he will be guaranteed by 19 summons. Now, we might not get these new champs on the normal pool. Keep that in mind, because it seems, or at least if you go into the event tab and you read it, it looks like they will disappear from the champion pool once the event is over. That's why those summoning events last so long. They tend to last like 10 to 15 days if I remember, so they are pretty long. This Dracula, the one on Ancients, might be meta in single target arena because he can tank and he might be able to replace the cost regen unit in single target arena on the Cithra, Balderon, Diao Chang early team. That will be pretty interesting. I don't know if I will get him the first day. If I do, you guys will have the video in the first day. Well, maybe not the first day, because as you guys know, I always like to do my videos when the rotations are live. I don't want to just record the fights in friendly fights because the timings are not as good and they are not realistic, let's be honest, because in the end we want to climb to Apex, so you don't want to see some testing against yourself. Here we have my auto, as you guys can see, works pretty nice. But as I was saying, I think he will be meta for single target arena, and I will be here to show it to you guys. Now, let me say goodbye to you guys. Me and my parrot right here, both saying goodbye to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.